Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is April 3rd, 2020. My name is Lynn Marquidant, and I'm your host. Welcome. How are you? Are you as exhausted as I am? It's been quite the week, quite the couple of weeks. So let's take the next 60 minutes and see what we can accomplish in the comfort of our own homes. Go somewhere where you're calm and relaxed. Could be in your sewing room, like me, or it could be just on your couch with a magazine and a glass of wine or whatever it is that will take you away for 60 minutes from everything that's going on in our world. Now, I say that it's going to be pretty hard not to think about what's going on in our world because we're making a few masks. But I won't spend the whole time making masks. I'll just make a few, and then I'm going to go back to my 9 patch. So remember last week we were working on 9 patches, 9 patch in the middle, and then the outside. I decided to add some ticking to it. So, and I'm kind of liking it. It's a little conservative. It's not CAFE, but I like it. Before I go any further, definitely want to see what you're working on. Send it to lynn@simplycolorful.com, and I'll show it here on the screen. Also, I want to announce that we are going to be doing a Zoom tomorrow for all of our patrons. So if you're a patron, I will be sending you an email after this FiberCast with an invitation to tomorrow's Zoom. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 to 12. Come on and show us what you've got. We're literally going to go around the room. You can opt out if you don't want to show what you're working on, but I want to give you time to share with our community what you're working on. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., we're going to have a Simply Colorful Zoom session where we all sew together and we all talk to each other. Think of the tiles on the square. Hi, Cherish. Nice to see you out there. We're talking about tomorrow's Zoom. So anyone who wants to do that, who is a patron of Simply Colorful, download the Zoom app. That's all you have to do. Okay, and I'll remind you at the end of the show. I also wanted to let you know, before I forget, my niece Allie up in New Hampshire, she has started a business. It's called Sew and Stitch, and they're on Instagram. It's at @sew_and_stitch. And they are selling tote bags. They're selling scrunchies, cute scrunchies for $2.50. And they'd love to have some followers. So if you're on Instagram, at @sew_and_stitch, and support our newest sewers, because they're just starting a lifetime of fun. Oh, exciting. Oh, hi, Allie. Oh, and Allie, hi. Glad to know that you're out there, Al. Keep on sewing. Okay, so what are we doing tonight? Tonight we are going to keep making masks, and then I'm going to do a couple more of my 9 patches. Last week, and I know, well, a lot can happen in a week, right? So the latest update from the CDC here in America is that masks can't hurt, and I definitely agree with that. And don't use the N95 or the masks that are healthcare professionals, of whom many of you are out there. Don't use those. Leave those for the health professionals. But use a scarf, use anything when you go out. And for the most part, hi, Carol Bell. Hi, KB. For the most part, you're making the mask to protect others from your germs, right? So last week, I posted a PDF on the Simply Colorful Mystery Quilt Along. That is for this mask, although I adapted it a little bit. But I like this one because it has 2 darts on it, and it goes around my chin, and it ties. And so that's what I'm making. Hi, Joyce. I'm psyched you're out there. And is that Billy? Ellie? Hi. Hello. Okay, so we have 5 masks here. And again, I'm going to do masks and then we're going to go into the 9 patches. So in the pattern, just to finish that up, in the pattern that's posted on Facebook, I think it's page 11. I'm not, don't quote me on that. There's this pattern. This is what you want. You want to cut out 2 of these in 2 different colors. And then you want to take some darts in it. And then you want to put them together, right sides together, and sew the top and bottom after you do the darts. Then you do the gathering there on either side. Oh, that's, you can't see very well in that. Take 3 tucks on each side. 3 doing, and then iron it 1/4 of an inch in. And then these ties take the longest, I think. The whole thing, making these masks does take a while. Hey, I'm psyched you guys are out there. So, do a couple of these. I'm not an advocate of doing hundreds unless you have somewhere to supply them. Actually, last Friday night, I was making 5 for Bridget for her hospital. And I said, I'm going to make you 5. Tell me if they're useful. Haven't heard a word. So that's that. So how is everyone doing? I don't know if anyone is experiencing this. Oh, something happened. But I find sometimes, are you experiencing mood swings? Or is that just me? Maybe that's just me and how I always operate. But I find in dealing with the uncertainty of the corona pandemic is sometimes when I'm sewing along, I'm so thankful for my hobby, right? I think we all should be. My nephew today used the words grateful. And I thought, oh, I'm so glad that he used that word. I'm grateful for my hobbies. And when I'm in the throes of creating, I don't think about what's going on. I just get into my little zone. Chris says, do you mean now or in general? I mean right now, I think. Yeah, if you operate with a level of anxiety throughout life, then this is really going to throw us for a loop. But we're going to get through it. And my dear friend, one of my dear friends, suggested that I walk outside in my bare feet and that will ground you. And it was raining out and it was cold, but I took my shoes and my socks off when I was really stressed and I walked outside and I felt that cold, muddy, wet earth, and it did ground me. Because, you know, and I bet you're all taking more walks. I know we are here. Mother Nature doesn't really know what's going on, or if she does, she's not letting on because she's blooming. The daffodils are blooming. The crocus have come and almost gone. The snowdrops have come and gone. I've seen a few of the pink rhododendron, the little, I don't know if it's PJM or what it is. So that helped. But how are you all doing? Oh, sunny days would help. Definitely. Sunshine is easier to go because you can go outside. Yep. Definitely. Hi, Pat. I have to say, I think a few weeks ago when people would say to me, this could take a while. We're in this for the long haul. I thought, okay, I guess. But I don't think I was really realizing just how long the haul was. Why, hello, Cindy Pratt. Nice to see you out there. How fun is this? So what else are people doing to pass their time? Baking anything good or cooking anything good? If Linda Grant is out there, thank you for the bread. So, this is what you have to do when you're doing the ties, right? You have to match up the two folded in edges. Maybe I'll only do one of these. Who's that? Is that Allie? Oh, isn't that the truth? Chris suggests if we could all be quarantined together, that would be cool. This is the, but man, how about these new technologies? I was thinking, maybe I was even saying to my sister earlier today that if hi, Allie. What's your business partner's names? Let me know. Okay. Meg. Hi, Meg. Your Instagram looks great. So it's @so_, I hope I get this right. Hang on. @so_and_stitch. Are you and Meg in the same grade, Allie? Yes, she says. 7th grade. Wow. Well, it's so nice to meet you, Meg. And if this is the same Meg that I have heard Allie talk about, you're awesome. Anyway, I think we're going to be just fine because in past disasters or pandemics or whatever we've gone through, wars, they didn't have all of this technology. This is allowing us to stay together. At least I don't feel so alone. And I hope you don't either. Oh. I still can't read the comments up there. I've got to figure that out. Ay. But, like I said a few minutes ago, Zoom is going to be our new best friend. So for all of our patrons, and if you don't know what being a Simply Colorful patron means, I'm going to send you to another website. It's basically becoming a supporter of the show. And I couldn't host this without you. And you just go to www.patreon.com/simplycolorful. And for $1, $2, $3, $5 a month, support our show. And when you join, when you sign up on the Patreon platform, you do put in your email address. And so with that email address, I'm going to invite you to a Zoom meeting tomorrow. And like I say, we'll do show and tell and bring ideas for what you'd like to do on the Zooms. because it's going to be our collective Zoom of the community. If you have a technique you want to teach, if you have a pattern you want to do, I am open. If you want me to do a mystery quilt, if you want me to do a pattern, whatever you want. Shout out to Jean out there. Hope you're out there. Just for kicks, we should look up and see what happened on this day in history. Jean says she is binding. I'm watching and resting my hands after all that binding. Oh, yes. Good. Do you ever hold a cup of warm tea or coffee? I find sometimes that helps hands feel good. I think I just saw Tim and Lindsay. Hey, Tim. Hi. Hi, Lindsay. I was going to say newlyweds, but that's not true, is it? Tim is my nephew. Lindsay's soon to be my niece-in-law. Is that what we say? And can I tell them about your wedding? Tim and Lindsay were going to be married this June in Boston, downtown Boston. And in an example of what happens when you have a pandemic, they have had to postpone their wedding. So, which will be quite the party when we get there. So hang in there, guys. It'll be a blast. And if you have to go elope and then we just have a big party, then go for it. That's what I say. I'm so glad you're there. Anyway, poor things. They dial in and I give their personal information. The only thing I don't like about this machine is when I first start, I get the little nest at the other side. Because I do have my big throat plate and I didn't do a leader ender. Speaking of which, okay, so there's a mask. Let's see, this one. Oh, yay, their wedding is October 17th for now. Can't wait. Hey, yay. Do you need masks? Let me know. Okay. And let me know what color you like. Okay, but I'm going to put these masks aside for now because I want to do some 9 patches. Oh, I'm so glad you all are out there. Is Allie out there? Hi, Ann. I know. Okay. So last week, had I done this yet? I must have. So I have my outsides and my sashing, and I have my box of my 1.5 inch squares. I'll still need to do more, but I wanted to at least get some of them organized so that then I could work on it without having scraps everywhere. Now, don't get me wrong. I have scraps underneath the table. I have fabric everywhere, but for now, let's just focus on this. Oh, happy Friday, everyone. So maybe I'll take one of these, a blue one. And then I'm starting to make these a little bit bigger, like 5 by 5, and then I cut them in half. So actually, why don't I do that one? And then a green one. One, two, three, four, another blue one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, another blue one. Ooh, I like this one. This chambray. And there. Okay. So now what I do is change my foot. I've seen some beautiful quilts. Oh, and the Gundren quilt, the Elvira quilt. I've seen that quilted up. That's been fun to see. I would show you quilts I've done, but I delivered the ones that I did this week. I have Jean's custom quilt on the machine, and maybe by next Friday. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow on our Zoom, I will show that. That'll give me incentive. I'll get up early and I'll make progress on it. Last week, did I tell you about Bob? You know how Bob does band in the basement every Friday night? Well, he hasn't been for 3-4 weeks since the stay-at-home order that the governor of Massachusetts gave us. So they've been doing it electronically. Last week they did a Google Hangout, and the audio just wasn't good. Hey, Allie is out there. Yay. This week, I think they were doing Facebook Messenger, and I'm not sure how long it lasted. I think they might be having a problem with latency. They've been doing this, as I'm sure I've told you, for more than 20 years, probably going on 30 years now. So it's a different thing. So there's that. Now let me put my iron on. So for those of you who can work from home, how's it going? And for those of you on the front lines, how's it going? Do we have any nurses or doctors out there? Or anyone who's... my sister at the Geisinger in Pennsylvania is certainly helping. So then what I did, I might as well just keep going so you see the whole next step. Then I'm trimming it to 5 7/8. And I'm using this Martelli rotating mat, which works great because it rotates and it has lines on it. So I line up my two corners of my 9 patches. And then I measure out 2 7/8 on each side. I'll show you. The key is to hold everything in place and not move it. That was better. And like anything, you've got to get into a rhythm. I love this Creative Grids ruler. I love it. Pretty sure Jean turned me on to Creative Grids rulers. But yes, quarantining together would be great. Now, something did not work well there. Look at how I cut it off. That was silly. Is Sandra out there? I hope she's laughing. Do you believe this? I'm taking off 2 sides and I'm going to have to sew new triangles on. I overcut it. Ta-ding! Who's that? Oh! And after I do this, I'll check my mail. And again, if you're just joining and you're a patron of Simply Colorful, look for an email. I'm going to be sending you an invitation to a Zoom meeting for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So hopefully that's not in the middle of the night. Let's see, Allie, it's the morning there. So it'll just be later in the day. No, it'll be earlier. Uh-oh. Okay. Here I go telling you about the Martelli mat, and this is not. This wasn't a good show and tell. I'll show you though. Okay, so those I cut too short. So here, change. There's 1, 2 more. There's 1. Oh, Allie, your cruise is not happening, is it? That's sad. How about all the sports that aren't happening? The Olympics are rescheduled. This is something. This will be a take 2, and then I'm going to check the emails. Okay, so that's good. That's still on. Okay, take 2. So what I have to do is line up the diagonals of my middle block. So the diagonals here should be where these numbers are. And then the diagonals for here should be, that's where I made my mistake. think should be there. Okay, take 2. And we're just playing in our scraps. This is not any pattern. Okay, that's better. Then what we do is we take 2 sashing pieces, and I'm going to web them together too. This works really well. So let's see. Actually, I'm trying to get match the fabric. See on each of these sashing pieces how I'm trying to match the fabric of the 9 patch. Like this green one, there's green right there. It's the same green as in there. Hello, who's that? Carol, hey, Auntie Carol. Tim and Lindsay are out there. So I just have to cut this 1.5 by 1.5. Okay. All right, so there's 1.5. Pat, I'm sure you're pleased with my little pieces. So here, I'm going to sew this to this and this to this, and then I'm going to keep them together and web it. And actually, I'm going to do the big piece first. Quarter of an inch. I'm not cutting it. I'm going to take this one. Do a quarter of an inch. Okay, and now finger press. And then you just fold it over. And so okay. Oh, and we'll spin the seam. Remember we spun the seam last week? Let's do it again. So because we webbed it, we have a little piece of thread. We cut it with our seam ripper. We twist and open. And then iron and press, and then I'm going to show you the spun seam. People have asked why we spin the seams. It's just to make your quilt lie flatter. See the back there? Those seams are spun. And those are the seams we spun last week. Okay, so Carol. Hey, just watching tonight. Crazy week working from home and having to juggle quiet space, with her husband and her son, while they need space to work and connect with peers. Needless to say, my sewing space is a quiet haven for my men. Oh, from your men. Hoping to sew this weekend with Simply Colorful as my companion. Happy sewing, everyone. Carol O. Wonderful. Oh, email. Have you seen some of the funny memes? Is it a meme going around? Like Christine, that one with the Pillsbury Poppin' Dough, Poppin' Dough biscuits was so funny. And I don't think that was even a meme. That was just you, right? Oh, hang on. I have to get my Gmail account up to date. This is, hey, Maureen. Well, hello. Nice to see you, Bing. Ding. Okay, yay. Oh, fabric.com. An update to our COVID-19 response. As COVID-19 continues to spread, online shopping has increased. To address this need and help ensure the safety of our associates, we've adjusted our logistics to prioritize stocking and delivering high priority items. This will result in some inventory being temporarily removed from the site. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate through these times. Yeah. Wow. See? That's why we have stashes. Thank goodness for stashes. Oh, okay. Well, we have done masks. We've done one of these. I think we have time to do another one of those, don't we? Let's clean up our workspace. Put that away. Here's one. Nice one with the anchors on it. Oh, here, we can put this one up. Right there. That looks good. Okay, there's an anchor. Here's an anchor we'll use in our corner with our sashing pieces. Let's use the chambray. Go. You know what? I'm going to keep going on a couple more of these. This is how I was doing it before. So I finger press that open. There's that. There's that. I think we'll finish these two and then we'll call it a night. I feel better already. It's amazing just what some time just methodically sewing can do for the soul. Put on some music sometimes helps. Taking walks is definitely helping. I miss my part-time job there with the exercise I was getting. I say that now, and then when the world goes back to normal and I go back to my job, I'm going to be exhausted. But it's so good for me. Makes me feel so much better doing that exercise. So there's my wonky square. Okay, we need to iron it. Perfect use of that Panasonic iron. Perfect. Joyce, I love your scrappy quilt. I can't wait to see that move along. Joyce is making just a delightful, very scrappy quilt from her stash. And she wrote such a nice note saying that it will remind her of this time. That there were, I know, the most important part was in it are scraps from lots of different projects, whether it be other quilts she's made or times with friends, times at retreats. And as she looks at it, it makes her happy to remember all those things. So that'll be a nice thing. Okay, so let's try to get this right the first time, shall we? Okay, so I've lined that up. I've lined that up. Oh, see what I just did? Now see, what the heck am I doing wrong? Oh, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. Sorry. Okay, one more. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one. Okay. Let me get a corner for that, I hope. I don't have one of those, so we're going to go with one of these. Okay, but first, let us trim this. There. There. And there. Nice, if I do say so myself. Okay, and so there's that. I'm just going to do the sashing on either side. Right. I suppose this could make a cute little baby boy quilt. Put some Minky on the back. Might be kind of cute. Okay, now while we have this right here, let's do another one. And there we go. So we'll cut that right off. Do this and this. Nest the seams. When I do two, that helps me keep from getting a bird's nest on my bottom. Only sewers would know that. Keeps from getting bird's nest on my bottom. And there we go. So I'm getting my seam ripper out, taking care of that little piece of webbing thread. Pull and twist, pull and twist. Finger press it open. Finger press it open. Okay. And there are two more. Let's put them back up here. Let's see, where are we going to put them? We could put one there. Oh, let's put one there. There. And then, oh, that is pretty. And there. Okay. Well, I think we should see about wrapping it up. Did I go over? Nope, I didn't go over. Yay. We made it through a week. Take a deep breath. Do what you love. As always, try to keep yourself busy. And when in doubt, take off your shoes, go outside and put your feet on the gravel, on the concrete, or on the grass. If you have grass, grass will be best because it feels really good. That's it. Okay. Couple of quick reminders. Remember to go, if you're on Instagram, go to Allie and Meg's page at sew_and stitch. Support our 7th grade entrepreneurs. And then for patrons, download the Zoom app. That's probably backwards, isn't it? Well, download Zoom. It's very easy so that you're ready for tomorrow's sew at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. If you are not yet a Simply Colorful patron, go to patreon.com/simplycolorful and pledge $1 a month. And then join our Zoom. So thank you all for joining me. Be well, be safe, all that good stuff. Try to relax. And I'll either see you tomorrow and or next Friday night. Bye, everyone. Happy April.